Welcome back. Thanks for staying tuned. We got Patrick back with us. Hello. And of course, we've got Jesse here with us too, who you just met. If you're just tuning in, Jesse Parent is our musical guest for today. Jesse, how would you describe the music you play, just to give people a sort of a flash forward to what they're about to see?
That's the hardest question to answer ever. But
I hate
everyone. Everyone should have, no one wants to be put into that. I'm rock and I'm pop and I'm country. The best thing that people call it is Americana. So it's like folk rock.
It's my favorite.
Acousticy, rocky, folky, country, bluesy sort of music.
That's amazing. That's sort of when I go to Spotify. that's my click. Is like I go to the Americana.
I'm inspired by the Jason Isbell's, Blue Rodeos, Ray LaMontagne's, Neil Young's, all that sort of stuff. So, if I can ever write a song as good as any one of them, maybe I'll make it.
So you've got a live album that came out. When was this? This was.
It came out last year. So.
That's this one here.
Yeah, I brought a copy for you guys for your listening pleasure.
Fantastic.
So that's. Can I open it up?
Absolutely, yeah.
Can I bring this gift of Christmas for you guys?
That sounds lovely.
So
in case you're our guest next week, we're trying to set the precedent that you owe us gifts.
Also, shout out to Sammy Duke. I know Sammy. We've played a gig together.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, great guy.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, very talented. Yes, I play a lot of solo shows. The majority of the stuff that I do is either solo acoustic or with my keyboard player or duo or my pedal steel player, Steve, very talented guy. But this was a very special night because I got 7 of my good musician friends together, and we went to the St. Jacobs Country Schoolhouse and recorded 15 tracks. And my artist friend, where am I off screen here? My artist friend Greg Denton from Guelph sketched the show while he was in the audience, and so we've got all this cool artwork that's that you can't get in the Spotify.
So it's like kind of like live artwork too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So this was just a labor of, or the reason for this was I wanted to have a live album because I think it's really hard to capture live sound in studio.
Totally.
Yeah.
And also there were some songs that had been recorded and released that were not available anymore, and we wanted to redo those and have some fun. So it was a really great night.
It sounds like such a blast.
It was great, and we got some great coverage from it. CBC played the single Postmark Arkansas for a little bit across Ontario, and CKWR radio in town in Kitchener, where I'm from, is really supportive of the album too. So
is that all original material?
Yeah, it's all original.
Cool.
One of the songs that from this album that I'm going to be playing today is called Postmark Arkansas, and I wrote that with my bass player and longtime friend Matt McLeod. So I do a little co-writing too, but a lot of it is
Nice.
But it's all original music.
What was the inspiration for that song? Another question that everyone is like,
right.
Crap.
I love talking about the stuff that makes me think of things that is close to my vest. No.
Yeah.
Luckily enough, this particular song was Matt's idea. He's a motorcycle enthusiast because he's cooler than me, and so he was doing a motorcycle tour of a bunch of the states and had this idea for this song called Postmark Arkansas, and it's about running away and trying to let go of regret, and it's a picture of truck stop diners and country roads, running away from your problems on a highway, like that sort of thing.
Cool.
So yeah.
That's
all
cool,
based around the state of Arkansas for some reason, which I've never been to.
Do you have you toured around?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of what I do is primarily Southern Ontario, like Kitchener-Waterloo, Cambridge, Toronto. But I used to play up in this parts a little bit, Wingham and Hanover.
The good old Anchor there, yeah.
And then a couple times over the years, I've toured sort of the 401 corridor to Ottawa and back. And then a couple times I've also done an East Coast Canada tour, so like Quebec, Montreal, Moncton, New Brunswick, PEI, Halifax, that sort of stuff.
Did you find the audiences were much different in that direction?
It really is a difference. The people, I mean, it almost sounds cliche, but they're so nice on the East Coast. It's unbelievable. I played a show in 2016, maybe last year or 2015, I can't remember. It all blends together. But I played a show on Thanksgiving Sunday in a small town called Nakawik in New Brunswick. And the locals had me back to their house. It's like 1 in the morning. and everyone has guitars, and there's stuff being passed around and drinks and guitar playing, and it goes to like 3 or 4 in the morning, and then they feed you and they let you crash at their house, and it's crazy. So.
Everybody there plays, eh?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
part of the lifestyle.
Yeah.
They pull out the fiddles and yeah.
Well, and like the whole inviting you back to your house, the only place that ever happens to me is when I'm down south. Like if you're down south in the United States, it's like, but it really is the same kind of southern hospitality.
Yeah.
It really applies to the East Coast here in Canada too. Like if you're watching, because some of my family might be watching from down south, you'd be much more at home if you came to visit if you went out east. Because it really is a come in, don't worry about your shoes.
And then you don't want to. Can I swear? Is this?
Yeah, you
can.
swear.
Yeah, I don't want to shit on like. I'm from Ontario and I love Ontario. It's just a totally different vibe. It's slower lifestyle, friendlier, sort of. Hey, how are you? Like look people in the eyes, smile when you see people, sort of thing. So.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, how about we go ahead and let's hear one of your songs, then maybe we can chat a little bit about the next song you want to play. But let's go ahead and hear a song here.
Yeah.
Cool.